All right. Welcome to this tutorial where we'll be going through how to make the different components for our toolbox. So the first thing we're going to want to do, we're going to want to come up here to the top of our screen where it says File, and we're going to go Save. And we're going to make a new project. Obviously, I already have a toolbox one here, but I'm going to call this Toolbox 2. And the first thing I'm going to make is the end. So I'm going to call this part the end. So we want to save that. So up the top here, it should now say end. So the material that we'll be using is Meranti. So the Meranti only comes at about 180 wide, I believe. So we're going to need to join together multiple pieces to get it to the correct size. So here, I'm going to go to this Create menu, New Component, and I'm going to call this just 1. So now I've got a new component here. We want to create a sketch, and I'm going to just create a bit of material. So this is like the bit of wood that we're going to use before we shape it. So let's make it 260 wide by about 140. Finish that sketch. I'm going to extrude that out 20 mils, and then we can add an appearance to it as well. Fusion finishes wood solid. We want finished, and the cherry semi-gloss is the closest one to the Meranti, and I want to click and drag that across like that. All right, so I've got my first piece here. Quickest and easiest way to create another piece is I'm going to right click on my component over this side. We're going to say copy. I want to move this black dot from the bottom all the way up to the top, and I right click and I want to go paste new. We don't want to just paste. I want to paste new because that's going to make it a new component. And if I move that to the side, we can now see that I have 2 of these. We're going to rename this one piece 2. So now we have a 1 and a 2. If I hit J on the keyboard, it's going to bring up my joining thing, and I want to select the middle of that one, and we'll do the bottom of that one. And now that has joined them together. So now we're going to need to start shaping this end to look like how we want. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select a face of our material, and we're going to construct an offset plane. So that means that we're going to be working on that face. So once you do it, we don't want it out anymore, so the distance is 0, and I'm just going to hit OK. So now we should have this orange square here that we can work in. So I'm going to select it, and we want to create a new sketch. So this is where we need to now make our end piece. So using the line tool, I'm going to just make a line across the bottom. The sides of your toolbox, you need to decide how tall you want them to be. I'm going to make mine 120. And this side as well, we're going to come up 120. I'm going to make these bits, let's go 150 on a, what degree should I have them? Oh, let's get rid of that one. Try it again. 150. Let's go 48. Oh, what's going on here? So 150. Let's make it 50. Want to do the same from the other side. From this white dot, I want it 150 long, and we want it 50 degrees. So we've got these two lines. They should line up. I'm not sure why they're not. Looks good enough to me. And now I'm going to do this drop-down menu, and we're just going to create a 3-point arc between the top of these. So if I select to them, we can create a curved top. Once you have joined it all together, it should turn blue and look like that. But if we're going to negatively extrude this, I'm also going to need to create a outline around the outside. So we finished that sketch. So I should be able to select all of the outside of this now. And if I negatively extrude that, just drag that back, it should get rid of the excess. And now we have the shape for the end of our toolbox. It should look something like that. On the end as well, if you have, we will be needing stopped housing joints or rebates. Stopped housing joints in here for our middle. So I'm going to select the bottom of this. I'm going to go create. I'm going to create a rectangle that is 20 wide. Nope, not 20 high. Tab 20 by 100. So now if I select that one, hang on, go back, we need to position it. So we need to use the sketch dimension tool to make sure that that's in the middle there. So to get it perfectly in the middle, I made it 260 minus 20 is 240. Half of 240 is 120. So now if I do that side, it should be, so dimension tool. The other side should be 120 as well. Yep. So we know that that is in the middle because both of them are even. We finished that sketch, and then I want to negatively extrude that. Negative 6. So now I have my stopped housing joint, whereas with that middle rail is going to sit. I'm going to do the same up on this top piece for a handle as well, because I'm going to have a rectangular handle on mine. Look back at the next video on how to create the rails, and then the third video on how to put it all together.